It is Monday, February 13th. I'm Curtis J.
And I'm Jaja Shen. Thank you so much for joining us. Our winter weather coverage continues this morning with team coverage. And Brett Anthony kicks things off with a look at that forecast. Brett, 1 inch of snow here on the plaza.
5:26 a.m. we officially measured the first snowfall on the plaza, so the snowflake contest has ended. Of course, we'll have our winner announced later on today. The snow continues right now north of the river, the Northland, getting the heaviest band of snow right now. And that's really a moderate band of snowfall, adding to about the inch or inch and a half that we have on the ground already. Also out toward Warrensburg and down through Clinton, there's a nice moderate band of snow in eastern Lafayette County on I-70, and it extends westward toward Lawrence, just north of I-70, back toward Tonganoxie. And this is moving to the east, and moving to the east rather rapidly, so that within the next hour, this will be over on the Missouri side, and then continuing to move out to the east and out of Kansas City, probably out of our entire viewing area by 9 o'clock this morning. And then we'll just have flurries throughout the day today. 30 downtown, 28 in Lawrence, 28 in Richmond. And after a cold weekend, any snow that's falling is just simply sticking to the streets right away. Hilton President Hotel Skyview, we've got reduced visibility, so that'll also add to the slow nature of the morning commute. 26 at 7 a.m., up to 30 at noon with snow showers, snow flurries, maybe even a little drizzle this afternoon, a high near 32. Again, about 1 inch to 2 inches of snowfall in general across our region with some isolated higher amounts. We'll get the rest of the forecast coming up.
All right. Thank you, Brett. 6:30 now, and this morning some major school districts are closed, including Kansas City, Missouri, Independence, Lee Summit, Park Hill, North Kansas City, just to name a few. Now, you may notice those are all on the Missouri side. On the Kansas side, Olathe, Blue Valley, sorry, Kansas kids, you are going to school today.
And we will continue to post cancellations and delays at the bottom of your screen, as well as kshb.com/school closings. It is 6:30 right now, and this morning the roads are covered with snow.
Yeah, Lindsay Shively is live in the Northland, keeping an eye on those conditions for us. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, good morning. The wind has really picked up, and it looks like more snow is falling, just this kind of haze of snow all over. Here's the snow. It's really powdery, but it definitely is packing pretty decently, so it's doing the same thing on the roadways. This is 169 just behind me, north and southbound. There was a lot more cars on the road every minute that passes this morning, and driving on the interstate really is pretty okay. It's not that bad. You do have at least some tire tracks to get into. I've seen crews come through and plow these roads, but the snow just keeps coming down, so it covers those roads right back up. Really, the only thing you've got to be so careful for are the exit and entrance ramps, which are just downright treacherous. Trying to stop at these lights at the bottom and top of these ramps is kind of a nightmare, and if there's going to be a lot of people around you, if you're headed out anytime from now to 9 o'clock this morning, it's going to be very difficult to stop. Here's a big school bus or some kind of bus headed up the ramp right now, so just be really careful. Give yourself a lot of time, because I started off on the exit ramp from 71 northbound, started braking at the very top. It took the entire time at the bottom of the ramp for me to finally be able to stop, fishtail a little bit, and to pull into that turn. You can tell by the tire tracks all over town how people have had a tough time stopping as well. So be careful this morning. We are live in the Northland. Lindsay Shively, 41 Action News Today.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Well, let's get an idea of how the roads look on the Missouri side.
Zach Tecklenburg joins us via Skype on Interstate 70 with the latest. Zach?
Hey there, Curtis and Jaja. We are on 71 Highway northbound, headed towards downtown Kansas City on the south side of Kansas City. And things have improved down here. Earlier we were on 435 southbound, and that's probably about the worst of it that we saw was a little bit of accumulation on the roadways. Crews possibly having a further time keeping up down there. But it appears here on 71 North that things are getting better. Of course, traffic is picking up now. Drivers still taking it slow. We still haven't seen very much in the way of wrecks, and we've been all over the east and the south side of the metro this morning. But definitely some fairly slick conditions in places that'll kind of sneak up on you, but visibility remains good. And so far, drivers seem to be doing a good job adapting to it. We're live out in the roadways this morning. Zach Tecklenburg, 41 Action News.
All righty, thanks, Zach. And as a reminder, you can also find the road conditions by calling the numbers on your screen and on kshb.com. Those numbers are at the top of the page.
It is 6:33. Let's check in with Major Miles with a look at time-saving traffic. Major, considering the conditions that we have out there, we're pretty lucky we haven't had too many major accidents or major problems.
No, we haven't had any major ones so far, Jaja, just several minor ones, I guess, although it probably doesn't seem minor if you were involved. We are starting to heavy up here westbound I-70 Plenty coming past Blue Ridge Cutoff there. That westbound traffic driving away past the cutoff in the sports complex onto the Manchester Bridge. Heavy and up here. It's what we're seeing even where we don't have trouble with prevailing speeds down because of slick conditions. We're really starting to heavy up here, and folks getting the early start, which is a good idea. Also have a couple of accidents out there. Northbound 635 at Horizons Parkway, car off the road there. Still working an injury wreck in the Northland, southbound I-29 north of Platte City. So no, not a lot of problems so far. I think we were actually in worse shape when we had that half inch of snow for the rush hour here several weeks ago. We're doing relatively well so far, and salt and sand crews are out there in force, and conditions are appearing to improve for us here, at least on the main roads. That's a check of your time-saving traffic. I'm Major Miles.